Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another vlog. Today we are stepping back into Gary. We got to get this thing fixed. I really want to work on Bobby's Evo 10, but we need a crankshaft for the car. So we cannot work on that till we have a good usable crank for the build. I do got to give a huge shout out to today's video sponsor, myself. I am sponsoring today's video with this glorious announcement. Today and today only, we have a Memorial Day offering for you guys. If there is anything still on the site that you would like to purchase, for the next 24 hours, we are offering free shipping here in the domestic United States. Doesn't matter if it's an air freshener, a sticker, or 10,000 hoodies. Free shipping in the domestic United States. We also have these dope Turbo Rose jet tags. We do not have a ton of these in stock, but we are giving them away with every single order until we are out of stock on the jet tags. Appreciate your guys' support. Thank you as always. Now, let's work on a Subaru. So this old girl, I don't want to work on this thing. That's why I put it in the corner of the shop, because I didn't want to touch it for a while. But I know it just needs to get done. I don't need to pull the motor, thankfully. I do need to pull the cam. I'll probably just pull both cams out of the driver's side head. If you have not been following along, we have had nothing but random little issues with this build. And now the last issue we need to figure out is why we are having AVCS issues on the exhaust driver side cam gear. We already did a new cam gear. We did a new AVCS solenoid. The engine's building proper oil pressure, but for some reason, it's my belief that we are not getting proper oil pressure to that cam gear. Last resort is to pull the cam, check out all the oil galleys inside the cam, and hopefully we can make some good progress on it. So let's go ahead and pull the timing back off the car for the 11th time now. And then I'm gonna jack the engine up, pull the valve cover, pull the cam caps, and hopefully we see exactly what's going on as soon as we get the exhaust cam out of the engine.
You're done working on Subarus.
I was, but now I'm not. I'll sell you this car for 600 bucks.
Just as I feel bad, I'll give you $650.
That's a good, yeah, deal. I'll trade you straight for that white Evo. How about that?
Yeah, I was gonna comment on one of your videos. I would just trade you for an Evo problem.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I did what I thought I needed to do. I pulled the cams, and I don't see anything wrong. All the oil galleys are clean as fuck. Sprayed them all out with brake cleaner. Everything's like, there's nothing wrong. So what else do I check?
Burn it down would be a good start. What if it's the fucking gay-ass wire harness?
How? It's every wire issue I've ever had has been super intermittent. And why would it only do it when it's warmed up?
I mean, have a good point. I don't know. Put an oil pressure gauge on it, or is the one on it reading?
Yeah, it's reading fine. Yeah, it's like 25-ish PSI idle, cruising around. It's like 70 PSI. It's normal. It's like a regular car I've had.
I think the car is just really mad at you for taking those cam gears apart.
That's the only thing I can think of. How many times can you deck ahead before it starts fucking with shit?
A lot.
You can deck them a lot?
Yeah. You'd be having issues of timing lining up.
Okay. That's the only other thing I can think of. I'm like, is too much pulled off the surface? But, well, I don't know what else to do, Joshua.
You have a very odd issue. What if we tried to look outside the box? And what if you put it back together and I create a new map for the car and see what it does?
So new map, what would that do?
We could put a new map on it and just see what the car does.
I feel like a dumb fuck because I literally cannot fix it. I feel stupid as shit. It's probably something easy.
It's always something easy. We know that.
But we've checked all the easy things off the list. All right, my friends, here's where we're currently at. Cams are off the car. Of course, cam gears are off the car. This is the exhaust cam gear, or the exhaust camshaft right here. I blew through all of the oil passages. So all 4 of those holes, if you blow in them, it'll come out one of these holes on the side. Everything's clean. I'm gonna re-clean it all. Here's the current plan. Everything's clean. It was clean when I pulled it apart, so I am 99.9% sure that was not the issue. Unfortunately, I was hoping that something was plugged up, but I'm gonna go through, re-clean everything in the head. I'm of course not gonna pull the head off the car, but I'm gonna clean it all, clean the AVCS again, even though it's brand new, put it back together, and being that I know that's not gonna fix it, my boy, Josh, is gonna bring me a new engine harness. We already had issues with this engine harness previously with a misfire issue. So maybe, possibly, we're still having weird issues with it. I doubt it, just because the issue only happens when the car reaches a certain temperature. So that's what makes me think it's an oil pressure issue. But yeah, everything looks fine. So let's just go ahead, get everything cleaned up, throw it back together, fired up, and see if somehow that fixed it. And if it doesn't, we can move on from there. Damn Subarus. So the car is back together. I do want to wait for that sealant to dry for that front cap. I don't know how long I can actually wait because I'm really, really eager to get this thing done. It's been about 2 hours, probably an hour and a half. You're supposed to wait 24 hours. There's no, I'm gonna wait 24 hours. So I might wait another hour or so, or I might just fire it up now. I apologize for the whack audio. This is currently what we're dealing with. Look who showed up just in time to party. You know, Josh, should probably plug in the AVCS and cam sensor.
That might help. What you got going on here?
Josh, you know, I don't know. It's that blue shit wearing off on all the fucking rollers.
Weird.
I letters like you said, huh? I thought it's supposed to be high-end built. They're fucking like 3 times the price. Shit's gay.
That's why you just run the standard Gates belt.
The what?
Standard Gates belt. Make 1,000 wheel on them, so.
Yeah. Alright. Well, where's the... So of course, as expected, that did not fix anything because we didn't really change anything. Josh was here. We looked at the car for a very long time. Both agreed that it's most likely not an electrical issue. So I'm not even gonna attempt swapping a harness onto it because it's a lot of work. So what I'm just gonna do, and I think this is gonna take care of the issue, is I'm just gonna drain the oil out and we're gonna go to a 2050. The way the motor's built with the clearances that we have, 2050 is gonna be perfectly fine. Let's pull out the 530, throw some 2050 in it. I'm gonna put all my parts back on the car. So as of right now, we have all of Josh's cam gears on the car, cam sensors, solenoids, all that stuff. We're gonna put all of Bobby's parts back on the car, put the 2050 in, and that should take care of all of our issues. I hope. Because once again, it doesn't have any sort, the issue only starts happening when the oil gets really warm and it thins out. Well, if this doesn't help mitigate or band-aid, I guess you could say, the issue, I do know what will. Unplugging the AVCS solenoid disables the AVCS, and we won't have to worry about it. That's how you know you are sick of a problem. When you are debating just disabling the problem. Thicker oil should help quite a bit, honestly. Okay, weird issue. Fired up the car, everything was fine. All of a sudden the oil pressure gauge read nothing, just 3 dotted lines, even though we just swapped out the sensor because we were having the issue previously. I have another oil pressure gauge, complete everything, sensor, gauge, and harness. So I'm gonna go back to the house right now. I'm gonna get that because of course, if the car truly has 0 oil pressure, it'd be a little bit sus. I highly doubt it, but I wanna, of course, make sure. So I'm gonna grab that gauge and then come back, throw it on the car, and then we can see if our thick oil is gonna take care of our damn AVCS issue. So I put a new gauge in it, put a new sensor in it. The motherfucker still read 0 PSI, so I decided to check manually. I pulled the sender out of the block, put my finger there, had Bobby start it up, and was hoping Bobby would shut it off, but she let the bitch run. And here's what we ended up with. You can say we have oil pressure because now her entire car is full of oil.
And your car.
And my car. And the ground. And me. So we have oil pressure, but a brand new AEM from a reputable company, sender and gauge, apparently is not reading. Unless it's the wiring that's fucked. Crazy what 70 PSI of oil pressure or of pressure in general does. But on the plus side, it appears so far the car is perfect. AVCS is reading perfect. We've let it run for like 20 minutes. So I'm gonna go drive it tomorrow because it's late. We just took forever to clean up the shop and all the cars. Trying to get oil off paint's a pain in the ass, by the way. Yeah, I'll pick this back up in the morning. Hitting a quick little rip to the shop this morning, and Gary, so far it's perfect. Bobby drove this car home last night and she said it even ran much better just because that AVCS wasn't acting up weird. Before it was having like a hanging idle, the startup was weird, the whack AVCS was causing a lot of issues. So far it's good. Let's get it really, really warm and see what happens. We also have to go drop off an Evo 10 crank to get polished so we can build Bobby's Evo 10 motor. Really excited to finally have Gary done though, provided it's actually fixed. Also, I need to run through and figure out what the hell's going on with this gauge. It's bouncing back from 0 to 150 real quick, and then now it's just 3 dots. It's a new sender, new gauge. The only thing left is the harness. We did have to extend the harness, and I did check the extension, and it looks fine, but I really need a proper working oil pressure gauge in this car with a brand new motor being severely built. It'd be nice to be able to monitor that. Drove about 15 miles. Engine is extremely, extremely warm. Let's do the thing and see what happens. 2K. Watch exhaust left. Look at that, my friends. Steady as could be. It might be a band-aid. I don't know if you consider that a band-aid or not. So effectively, 2050 is that thicker oil. We're gonna have more oil pressure, more oil pressure going to the cam gear, and that is why it fixed the problem. So yeah, I don't know if that's band-aid or not. At this point, I don't really care. I'm just happy we are finally done with this damn car, and I think that was the last issue. This car runs absolutely perfect. Now it's crazy how much that was throwing it off. The startup was messed up, drivability was way off, it had this really bad hanging idle. All those problems are gone now, which is wild. So yeah, I'm gonna go grab this crank, bring it to the same machine shop that polished it last time. Let's see if they're willing to resolve the non-polishing. Well, it is Memorial Day and everyone's closed, unfortunately. I cannot find a single machine shop that's open today, which is understandable. So I think I'm gonna try an at-home crank polish. I've never done it before, so I need to do some research on that. I really want to get this motor done today. Drop a comment below if you have any good suggestions on how to do a at-home crank polish. Remember, my friends, no matter what problem you have with your car, if you tear it apart 12 different times, eventually you will get the issue resolved, even if it is as easy as just going to a thicker weight oil. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hope you enjoyed this little series of Gary being a bitch, but she's fixed. I know it got a little bit annoying, a little bit repetitive, even for myself, especially for myself, but hey, we got it figured out, and she's back on the road better than ever. Excited to see how long this motor lasts. Peace out, my good friends. I'll see you guys in the next